Hi, my name's Derek. I'm an American and I'm here attending CoderSchool in Vietnam. I was in the Air Force for the past 7 years and I decided that it wasn't really a career field that I could see myself doing for the next 20 years to retirement. So I wanted to pursue something different, and I thought that attending CoderSchool here would be a great opportunity for me. Full stack web development, I feel like, is where a lot of stuff is trending, it's growing, and it leads to a lot of other things such as machine learning. And I think if I try it and I could see if it's something that I enjoy and I could see myself doing in the future, and maybe it could lead to something I could do for the long term. What attracted me to full stack web development is that there's room for creativity. Really anything your imagination could come up with, you could try to code and design. And there's also two aspects to it. You got the design element, which is really cool. Then you have the back-end element, which is very systematic but very organized logic. And I think both of those things are some characteristics in me that I have, and I really like practicing that. Some difficulties that I had was that it's just like a completely different language, and sometimes you feel like you're so lost. But the way I overcame it is just like taking the work home and just looking at it over and over. And then even after a few days pass, going back to previous lessons, and then like it's pretty amazing how much clearer things are when you feel like it felt like in the past that there was no way to really understand it. But then the more you revisit things and the longer you give it, the more clear it becomes, and I think that's the best way to overcome it. For the online learning environment, I think it was really cool, like with the technology with like Zoom meetings, it's actually quite interactive still. We're able to go into small study groups, but when we transitioned into the real life classes, I felt like there was just another depth of interaction, and you feel more compelled to work with students and get to know each other. And it's always nice to actually like see people and put faces to the names that you've been typing to the entire time. So I think switching to the real world classes is it's part of the experience, and I really enjoy being in class more. The most memorable experiences I've had here is just the group projects when we present. It's always very interesting to see how the other teams come together and even think about how your team came together. And then on the day you present, it's actually like you still get a little bit nervous, but it's kind of exciting to see everyone's work. I think those days are definitely the most memorable for me because it's a little bit of an unknown what's going to happen, and it's really cool to see all the projects. If I had to describe CoderSchool in one word, it'd be challenging. And I choose that word because it's not like normal school where you just pursue it and then you walk away, and you actually have to really acquire the knowledge. I think that's one of the most challenging things because it's so different that you have to challenge yourself, and the material is very challenging in itself, and it shows in the work that you could create, but it's definitely challenging. A message for future students pursuing full stack web development, I would say definitely go for it, and it's really, there's so many possibilities, and the more you learn about it, you realize there's just so much potential. Some advice would definitely be just to understand that there's so many other students that have the same struggles that you may go through, and we all come through it in the end, and just stick with it.